Welcome back to Studio One Vintage Guitars, New Zealand's home of vintage guitars. My name is Nick Brightwell, and today we have a very special OM Cutaway. This is a Schoenberg model OM. So essentially it is a Martin OM with a cutaway that has been designed specifically by Eric Schoenberg. And what we have is probably the finest small build of acoustic guitars that you can get. I've recently met Eric and he explained a lot of what he does to me, and he explained his story. So we'll talk about Eric a bit first. Eric is one of the top fingerstyle guitar players I have met. He is a very capable musician and historian. He has collected OM guitars and played them since the well, I don't know how far back, but I know in the 70s he was very active. And through his travels, what he's essentially done is he's found his favorite OM guitars, and that over the years has turned into him designing OM guitars based on these particular OMs. So what we have here, this is basically it's a 1929 OM. So it has all the features of what an OM from that period did. So, and that was the first era of them. So what sets it apart is we have the old style bridge. It's a drop-in bridge, not a through bridge. It has a truss rod, so those are probably the two modern features to this. But then we have 5/16 bracing. We have authentic era bracing on the back. So we have your standard bracing here and here, and then you have the wider, lower bracing here and here. Apologies, I don't know what they call that exactly. But this guitar is very lightly built. It's strung with light strings, not medium lights, lights. And Eric talks about the guitars from that era, pre-World War II. They were being built very lightly because they had light steel strings at the time. They didn't have heavy steel strings. So a light set of strings really give you an amazing sound. So enough chit chat, let's just hear this guitar a little bit. I've been playing this guitar a lot today, and I've been getting a feel for how you should play it. And what I find is, say, let's just talk strumming for a second. Now that sounds great. I'm strumming very lightly, but if I start hitting it hard, you start pushing up against those light strings. So it's not a guitar that you can really, if you're looking for a strumming guitar, this is not the guitar for you. This guitar is really built for finger picking, for fingerstyle guitar. So, and even with the finger picking, so that's about your reasonable touch. I'll hit it. It responds well to that kind of playing, but if you're trying to play this guitar heavily with a pick, it's not going to really respond how you want. It's lightly built, so you're just going to overdrive the guitar. So let's talk about the build a little bit more. So this is a guitar from '93. It was finished in '94. So what we have exactly is Eric Schoenberg designed this guitar. He sent I believe he also picked out the materials. He had the materials and the plans sent to the Martin factory, and Martin built the guitar aside from the top. TJ Thompson, of guitar building fame, he built the top and he had it shipped to Martin basically once they had the body done, and then they put it together, and here you have the guitar. So Eric has worked with a lot of different builders. He has primarily worked with Martin to build guitars like this, and then down the track he's worked with individual luthiers. So that's TJ Thompson, that's Bourgeois, that's who else is in there? He has a couple of guys in California currently, but he's and Sixauer. Sorry if I didn't pronounce that correctly. But essentially, Eric's worked with some of the top luthiers to build these guitars. This is probably the 10th Eric Schoenberg OM that I've played, and they are all just phenomenal. This is at the very top of what you can get off the shelf. So let's see how it responds to a bit of. Sounds great in low D. Pretty good in drop D. Now, points to who can figure out what tuning. I just put it on 2. Open G. So the lighter strings aren't quite ideal for open tunings. Obviously I'm taking a lot of tension off the neck, but they still sound pretty good. Listen to that G. What a wicked guitar. Alright, let's see. So that was Dad-Gad, now we're in open D. I should say at this point is my primary guitar is a Martin OM that is very, very similar to this. It needs to be said that when Eric brought this design to Martin kept that design and continued to make OM cutaways. So if you wanted to point to one person in the guitar world that helped Martin get back to making OMs, it would be Eric Schoenberg. So I'm just going to see if I can break a string by tuning it around too much. I'm going to play a little song here. 10 points to whoever can name it. not so good with the the light strings. Oh gosh, there's other details I should talk about. Here on the back, we have a nice little Schoenberg logo right there. That's a very nice touch. Has their own design back seam. I wonder if that is a harkening back to a Martin from the 20s or 30s. This guitar, we'll just talk about the imperfections of this guitar. It's from '93, so it has been played a lot. We have a little bit of kind of hairline cracks, finish cracks here and there, and just you've got the standard dings off some of the binding. It's been in someone's lap a lot. This has been well loved. Has your standard neck profile. Let's put a bit of Burt through it. I'm just hitting a little bit too hard. Alright, so yeah, this is a wicked guitar. We are very lucky to be able to find one of these. This is almost a 30-year-old instrument. It is made by the experts, designed by the expert. Come down to the store and check it out. I hope you enjoyed this video. My name is Nick Brightwell. Please like, subscribe and share this content if you enjoy it. Always check back in. We'll hopefully have a few more of these. Have a good day.